Hi and welcome back to another episode with JP Wargaming. Today we're going to have a look at the warlord traits for the Salamanders. Now, just to note, this is not just going to be the Salamander warlord traits, we're also going to have a look at the warlord traits that are available to them, purely because Salamanders have those really nice stratagems that can help boost the efficiency of these models as well. So we're going to look through these warlord traits, the Space Marine Codex, and see where we go from there. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Right then, going back through to these warlord traits. So, because a fair few of these are more buff into the character itself, but we've got some really good ones to really help make a durable warlord, as well as help make the efficiency of those flamers work even further. So the first one we're going to go through is Anvil of Strength. Add 2 to the strength characteristic of that warlord. So fairly straightforward. Your Thunder Hammer is now going from strength 8 to strength 12 because the additions happened before the modifiers of the weapon. So really straightforward, really good. So this one, I don't really use that often. I personally feel like it is good, but it really does depend on what unit you use it on. I'm not really too fussed about using it on a hammer. I'd rather make a durable character than in anything else. Next one, Miraculous Constitution. When this warlord would lose a wound on a 6+, roll 1d6 on a 6, that wound is not lost. In addition, at the start of your movement phase, this warlord regains 1 lost wound. So really handy. I'm in my last tournament I went to, I combined this with Forge Master, which I'll go through in a minute. I made a very durable character that lasted 3 turns of 3 units of Eliminators, firing at him with the +1/2 hit and wound, and he just survived each 3 of those rounds. In the end, it had to be the new Tora Garadon that had to come in and finish him off because they just couldn't finish him off. So really strength this character, combined with the relics, really good. Never go up. At the start of the battle round, you can set 1 friendly Salamanders unit within 6 inches. The warlord, until the end of that battle round, that unit has the Defenders of the Humanity ability. So very straightforward. If you want to play an Maelstrom mission, just having that extra unit that can defend, it's really handy. However, it all depends on how many units they have. If you're going against an Orc army, I wouldn't even bother with this one because obviously it goes against numbers of models within that objective. So if they have more models than, for instance, your Dreadnought, which classifies as 5, you're just not going to hold it. So let's go from there. So like I said, Forge Master is my other really favourite one. Add 2 to the toughness of the characteristic of this warlord. So on various characters, if you're having a jump pack, that's a toughness 6 character. If you're having Gravis armor on a bike, that is a toughness 7. It's as strong as a tank. Your Rhino tank. Really, really good warlord trait in my opinion. Fairly straightforward, but helps combined with the Miraculous Constitution, a really tough character. So most weapons are going to be winning them on 5s, combined with the right relic, which one of them has a -1 to wound. That means their bolters are hitting on anything strength 4 or below. Anything below toughness 6 or 7 is going to be on 6s. So really strong, really survivable. So that for me is one of my favourite warlord traits, combined with Miraculous Constitution. So the next one is Lord of Fire. You can roll the dice to determine the number of attacks made with the flame weapons. See Space Marine Codex by friendly Salamander models, whilst the unit within 6 inches of this warlord. So all those aggressors, if you don't want to use that Flamecraft stratagem, if you have this guy with this ability close by, I probably wouldn't even use the Flamecraft ability. So just be able to reroll those ones to get that better roll, you're still going to get a lot of efficiency out of those aggressors with this warlord trait. So it's up to you how you use it, but for me this is a good one for buffing those flamers. Patient and determined. Once per shooting phase or once per fight phase, when resolving an attack made by a warlord, do not make a hit roll. It is automatically scores a hit. So straightforward but really strong. So for me, I feel personally that this warlord trait is built for the Phobos captain. Purely because of that one shot attacking characters just avoiding that chance of missing that hit if they have a minus. This is something that really good. Other units it could be really well on is things like one-shot melters. So if you got a common melter on one of your characters, for instance on the Cataphracti Terminator, that could be really handy. But for me, I feel like this built for the Phobos captain. Okay, so back in a second, we'll go through the Space Marine ones. Right then, to go through the Space Marine Warlord traits, for me, out of the Space Marine standard Warlord traits, there's only one that really stands out to me, and that's the Imperium Sword. When a charge roll is made for this Warlord, you can reroll any and all dice if in the charge phase this Warlord makes a charge move or performs a heroic intervention, add 1 to strength and attack characteristics in the following fight phase. So, really strong guys. Just be able to reroll those charges for Breath or to any character that's just really essential just to get into combat, especially if you built it to be a very character heavy character. Then you're going to want to have this. Even if it's not on your Warlord specifically, and it might be one of those other characters you bring along that you just want to have a Warlord trait, you'll be able to get an extra Warlord trait that can really help get that extra damage in when you want to. However, there is some special tricks you can do with this one, and it will catch a lot of your opponents off guard. Now, this one I learned from D6 Evolution, so check them out. They've done a really in-depth review on heroic intervention and how good it is, so I recommend you go and check that out. However, this is the one that's really nice about this Warlord trait. So, say for instance, you've done a heroic intervention with your character that did turn before, or even charged. Make sure you do not base your character with their character. It's really important you don't do this one, and this is one reason and one reason only. If you don't base them, at the end of their opponent's, so you've had your charge, or you've charged that turn, you've got your extra attacks, and in the following turn, and at the end of their charge phase, you can then heroic intervention again, or for the first time after your original charge, so you can get that extra charge, extra attack, extra strength for your character. So really handy, and it'll mean that you'll gain the extra ability for shock assault as well. So for the second turn going. So remember that, guys, really handy trick. Like I said, check out D6 Evolution's video on heroic intervention. He does a really good job in going into depth with that. So the Vanguard Warlord traits. Now, there's a few handy ones in this one, more so in the standard Space Marine ones. First one, I think Lord of the Sea is a really good one if you're taking a Phobos character. The reason why this is good is at the start of the first battle round, before this first turn begins, set up 3 friendly units, must be Phobos units, on the battlefield, removed from the battlefield, and set them up as if described in the deployment section of this mission. If both players have the ability to redeploy units, roll off, the winner chooses to redeploy their units first. So, in regards to your Phobos units, so really handy. Say for instance you got the first 10, so you deploy them quite aggressively, and they try to screen block or block line of sight from the train by moving their models a certain way. This is quite handy because then you can then move those characters to a place where they can get better line of sight. Also, because this is before the first battle round, you can also do this. Say for instance your opponent managed to seize the initiative. You can then take those Phobos units that have deployed further up ahead and bring them back so that you can keep them safe and not lose them during that first turn. So if you are being very aggressive with your Phobos unit with their concealed deployment, this is quite a handy stratagem handy Warlord trait to have in regards to keeping them safe. Okay, so the other ones I feel like are good ones are Stealth Adept. When resolving an attack made against this Warlord, subtract 1 to hit roll. It's not really that popular, probably wouldn't be used that much, but however, just that extra subtract 1 to hit is really handy. Target Priority is another good one. At the start of your shooting phase, select one friendly Furbush unit within 3 inches of the warlord until the end of that phase. When resolve an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model in that unit, add 1 to hit roll. Now this is a nice one if you run a lot of eliminators and you're keeping your character close to your Furbush character close to those eliminators. And the reason why this is handy is that you can, for Salamanders particularly, if you can make that eliminator have +1 to wound without having to use the eliminator's special ability, so you can still keep 3 eliminators firing. So +1 to hit for those eliminators from your captain, and then stratagem +1 to wound, so they wounding on 5s with 3 weapons now instead of just 2. So handy. I mean, I wouldn't build a army around this sort of stratagem. However, just being able to have those options is nice. Marksman Honours. This is another one that I feel like I told you is built for your Furbush captain. Add 1 damage characteristics of the ranged weapon with this. Add 1 damage characteristic of the ranged weapon this warlord is equipped with. This does not apply to grenade or relics. So the reason why I say this is built for your Furbush captain is probably because of his weapon, which is a damage-free weapon. And the reason why this is nice is because you add this with the Salamanders warlord trait, where it becomes an auto hit. You're auto hitting, and you just need to reroll that wound roll if you fail to wound. So really handy, and it can target characters. So really good combination if you want to do that. Because Salamanders have that Drake Spade as well, and that captain has the combat knife, he can then take an actual combat weapon that can do some damage. So it's not just a captain then that just sits back and does all the stuff in the background. He can also do really well. Okay, so that's it for the Space Marine Warlord traits. Okay guys, that's the Warlord traits from the Salamanders supplement, as well as the ones I feel the most important from the Space Marine Codex. For the next video, we're going to be looking more into the relics of the Salamanders. If you feel like you enjoyed this video or comment on on the Warlord traits I've talked about, please comment in the feedback in the comments below. As well as please like and subscribe to the video and share it if you want to. As well guys, I have a hobby page set up on Facebook, so if anyone wants to do any hobby updates or talk about Salamanders in general, please feel free to go to the link in the description below. As well as my friends open up shop in Gainsborough. It's a new hobby shop, doing live videos at the minute every day, going through painting tutorials, as well as D&D needs. If you feel like you're interested in these sort of things, go into the description below to their Facebook page and join their group there. Alright guys, until next time, bye.